global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happening Today YouTube channel. 29th of May is fast approaching, hours, if you may say, and some with concerns, some with fear, some wondering what would that day be? Would it be a day of happiness, sadness, darkness? Well, the likes of Catholic Bishop Emeritus of Abuja, Archdiocese John Cardinal Onayinka again is warning this time around is concerning all Nigerians, and I think going forward Nigerians should look into this. Same May29, same Bola, Tinubu, same petition, same PEPT. A lot to be said. In a moment, we're going to find out what he said. But before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. The Catholic Bishop Emeritus of Abuja, Archdiocese John Cardinal Onayinka, on Sunday warned against the dangers of electoral malpractices, saying that rather than the politicians, the masses feel the direct impact of a rigged election. He also enjoined in the call for live broadcast of Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, otherwise known as PEPT, saying it should not be like a secret meeting because the voters needed to follow up on how their votes were being defended. Onayinka stated this in an interview with journalists after Mass to mark the end of this year's 57th World Communication Week. At the event, the National Director of Social Communications, Catholic Secretariat of Nigeria, Reverend Father Michael Omo, said that the Church is an extension of the mission of Christ, adding that such is the reason it is necessary for communication. He said Jesus Christ could only report to the Father on the success of his mission of showing the Father to the world because he was effective in his communication style. It is not enough to communicate. It is also as important that we communicate effectively. Pope Paul VI was aware of this great need. Thus, in 1967, he established the World Communication Day. That World Communication Day celebration as an annual event during which Catholics all over the world reflect on a theme which focuses on media and communication. Since then, 57 years now, successive popes have maintained the tradition. Onayinka admonished journalists to give voice to all groups as they cover the activities for the May 29th handover. He however called the judges in the PEPT to dispense judgment fairly and allow its proceedings to be transparent so that Nigerians can rekindle their hope in the judiciary. He said, and I quote him, "As journalists, you do your job, cover everything, but try and listen to everybody and relay to the public what is happening because they want to see. Isn't it why it is important, the petition before the tribunal, the possibility that the tribunal should be available to all of us to be able to follow what is happening? For me, this is very important. One thing that Nigerians don't seem to realize is that when elections are rigged, it is not the contestants or the politicians who are worst hit. Those who are the most impacted is me and you. But as it stands, we don't even have local standing in court. We are the ones who should be complaining in court that my votes have been bastardized. But they tell me I cannot go in the court because I did not contest the election. If we cannot go and make our case, at least let us see what is happening inside there. We believe that our honorable judges will do their best to make judgments that are correct. They do what is right. Everybody will see it and it will help to calm nerves. We will know that the right thing has been done. But if they do all this somehow like a secret meeting, even if they did the right thing, we will say who knows what they said. So, it is in the interest of the judiciary to allow this thing to be done. All these issues that there are witnesses whose witnesses are not meant to be made public. For goodness sake, what are they hiding? If you know anything that people shouldn't know, you shouldn't be saying it. I am praying that the honorable justices will find a way, even though they have not been doing it before, but they should be ready to do it now. It has reached a stage in Nigeria that we have to be doing things we have not been doing before, because if we have been doing things the way we have been doing it before, then it means we want things to continue the way it has been happening, and we see it has not been helping us. We must boldly take new steps and accept new things. Wow, this is another strong statement, another strong release made by Archbishop himself, Cardinal himself. He has said this some time ago. The likes of Festus Kayamo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria's son, who happens to be the former spokesperson of the Shetima Bola Tinubu campaign, where he called him out and said that, sir, please concentrate on spiritual things and leave politics to politicians. And I ask a simple question: the man you are saying the Pope should concentrate on spiritual things, is he not a Nigerian? Will the policies made by this politician also affect him? And he's saying nothing but the truth. Before now, they even allowed phones and gadgets, recording gadgets, to find its way into the courtroom. But right now, they're even saying don't even use at all, don't use anything. And now the cardinal again is speaking. And the funny part is, let's tell ourselves the truth. I like telling myself the truth. Let's be very objective, leave sentiment and emotions here. If Bola Ahmed Tinubu enters as the commander-in-chief of all armed forces, let's tell ourselves the truth. The way the judgment will be different from the way it will go if he's not if he's not being sworn in. All right, because don't forget that some of these judges are already due for retirement in no distant time. Some of them 5 years, 10 years, depending. You will not that kind of sacrifice. Is it only me? Am I the only Nigerian that must do the sacrifice? But where it is free and fair, I believe it's still within the power of the judiciary to also, do a hold. This constitution, I'm sure, is human being that wrote it. We can look around and say, okay, for fairness and equity and justice, can we just extend the inauguration day and fast track this issue of a fair hearing and make it public? I cannot forget to put a panel of blessed memory, the father of Charlie Boy, Charlie Boy Puta. He made it public, and I think it was the time of Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. They made it public, but people thought it was going to bring a lot of rancor. It healed wounds, like what Cardinal said. The Cardinal said, he said nothing but the absolute truth. If we keep doing it hush hush hush, is this something we are hiding? Well, let's say I plays out. The truth is, it's a small world, and all Nigerians are watching. Let's go wrap it up. Let's put in our conversation. Also, take. Do have a nice